Hello, great people. How are you doing? We're here again, and the topic is still on Biafra. And as you can see on the screen, let's highlight our topic for you to see. It is a phone-in program, and our numbers are our number is on the screen. Our number is on the screen. This is a phone-in program. Call in Igbo properties in the north. We are looking at the reasons why people oppose Biafra, and this is one major reason. People who have vast properties, they believe if Biafra should go, they might lose this property. So please begin to call immediately. We'd like to hear you. The phone lines are already open. Call regards this. We'd like to hear your contributions to this matter. Why impediments or things that are hindering Biafra from coming? This is a discussion. We'd like you to call in, please. Tell us, contribute on this. Tell us what you think. Among the impediments to the coming of Biafra is Igbo people having huge properties in the north. For some of them, they feel like we're going to lose. What do you think? Call us quickly and add your opinion. Tell us why you think should that be a problem or not? Because it is common for you to for some Igbo people to oppose you and telling you this kind of a thing. They will tell you, we have huge investment in the north. And remember the other day, the north got there's this northern meeting. They did a press conference. They said, like if you go to Kaduna, for example, Kaduna, apart from Dangote and Bua, vast properties there. Most of the big businesses there, apart from Dangote and Bua, are controlled by the Igbo people. The spokesperson of that occasion even said that their people had to rent houses owned by Igbo people. Could you imagine how it is? And according to record, during Rufai's time, there was a time, based on the record he has, being that he's a federal capital minister, I think he's able to know, yes, based on records, Abuja records. He said when Abuja was being developed, Igbos had nothing in Abuja, but according to his record at that particular point in time, Igbos control 72% of Abuja properties. So what do you think? Could this be why Biafra is being hindered? Call in. Our numbers are on the scroll bar. You can see our numbers on the scroll bar. Call in. We would like to hear you on this. We are talking about impediments to Biafra, things that why we think people are not interested. Because I learned something this particular time that MNK was held. You know, I was, like I told you in my other broadcast, I was in the midst of some people, and the moment we saw the news on the scroll bar, I know a very rich guy in our midst. The moment he saw the news, he jumped up. He was so happy, so elated. You know, it was like This is what I've been asking for. This is what I want. That MNK was held. And I asked him, why are you jubilating? He said, my properties in the north. That this Biafra thing is like when it comes, they will have to lose everything. That is not ready to. Meanwhile, remember, during the war, Igbos lost almost everything. But where are Igbos today? They are in charge of the economy. Somehow, if you check it, you might say Igbos are not the richest person in Nigeria is not an Igbo man. But majority of the rich people, you understand, are the Igbos, people who run this Nigerian economy. But someone also told me, he said, what property do Igbos even have? In Abuja, how many Igbo man has skyscraper? How many Igbo man has skyscraper? How many of us? So the guy asked, what property do they even have? They should go to places like Malaysia, Indonesia. That whatever we think we have in the north that is running to trillions of naira is nothing compared to that freedom and your life. So viewers, haven't heard me, what do you think? Let's look at some comments, please. This one by Elema M. He said, good morning. Good morning. This here is about some minutes to 3. I'm sure you are not commenting from Nigeria. Let's look at comment by Joseph John. He said, good evening, sir. Yeah, evening. He's trying to say evening, though I still feel where we are in Nigeria now is afternoon. John Lemshi, he said, to be honest, this time you are no more serious. You are just waiting for somebody's bundle. How do you mean somebody? I don't understand you. This is an interactive session, so I don't understand what you're trying to say. This is an interactive session. Joseph John, the property is not all Biafra life. Yes, it is not all Biafra life. Life is more than the property. He said when you have life, you can even, somebody that is dead cannot manage such properties. Now, Ifeanyi first to say good evening from here. Yeah, good evening. Iwu Biafra 2020. Thank you. Let's go back to the topic. This is a call-in program, please. We want to hear you. Add your own contributions. And we're also using this opportunity to promote Akuru. Yes, I feel sincerely. There was a woman that called me a particular time. She's a doctor from America. And she had plans to invest in the north, Abuja in particular. For her, Abuja is central. And she had hospitals outside the country. And she called me, she said, what am I going to do about this property? No, this is my planned investment in Abuja. I told her, forget about it. Now she established the business in Oka. And the hospital is doing well. So while we're talking about Igbo properties in the north, we're also using this opportunity to talk about Akuru. Igbo properties in the north, it is preferable you have those property in a Igbo. In the case of a split, you will still retain it. But here, you remember what happened to Igbos in Port Harcourt? Port Harcourt even speaks Igbo. You remember what they call the abandoned property. Nobody could get back their properties. Not to talk of the north where they don't speak Igbo. So this program is both Akuluno and why Igbos oppose Biafra, especially Igbos with huge properties. Is it, should we crave for freedom or we trust on our properties? What do you think? Comment on the comment section of this channel, or at least you call. We would like to hear people talk about this. Call. Our phone lines are, look at the scroll bar on the screen. Down, look at it. You will see the phone line. Call. Because in case NAP and this, it has taught me so many things. I said Igbos with properties in the north rejoiced. For them, this guy is the troubler of our land. Now our properties are safer. At least nobody will make trouble. And I had some people even say, I want you to call and talk about this. This is so important. They said, while MNK was on Radio Biafra, you would have had one Fulani attack or the other. They said those attacks are fake. And it is this Biafran thing that is like wrong sensitization. They are spreading false news that there are no such Fulani attacks. Meanwhile, I countered it most of the time with, I asked them, who is causing those Fulani attacks in Yoruba land in the southwest? Is it still MNK? So that's how I used to dismiss them. But look at what some of these guys said. They said there is calm now. That by this calmness we are seeing, we should notice that there was no such things. So several things have come up because of this MNK's incarceration. Let's see comments. Let's see comments. So, Miraj, well done, brother. Keep up the good work. I like watching your way of bringing the news to us. Thank you very much for appreciating us. Thank you so much. Obino. All they claim that's property are garbage. This is what somebody from Malaysia told us the other time. He said, Igbo property in the north, Igbo property in the north. What do they even have? What are the properties? Do they have any skyscraper? So what is the property they have compared to what we see in developed world? What it's trying to say is that these are nothing for you compared to your freedom. That's what it's trying to say. What are those properties? We lost them before, but where are we today? There was a man that called me, but this is like, then I have not been, I've not started coming live. The guy called and he said he has been watching our program. Then we were mostly on documentaries. He said he has been watching our programs and most of the time, and our program has really affected his life. You know what he did? He sold his properties. He auctioned some of them. And he said it's okay with that. Some of these things, it's even easier if you want to like do away with any property, you do away with it now, because there will be a time it will be almost worthless. You know those times, that was about 2 years ago, they gave Igbo people quit notice in Abuja. You know what happened? prices of properties dropped. Do you know? It dropped. Then anybody selling at that point in time is like the person is late. You understand? Is the person is trying to do away with that property at the wrong time. So if I'm thinking of if I'm really serious and I want to make hay while the sun shines, I want to act on time. Right now is the time to dispose of certain properties. I want to tell you a story. I was born in Jos Plateau State. I grew up in Jos Plateau State. Yes, and there's Jos North, which is the capital. You know what happened? Or what is currently the current state of Jos now is that there are certain places you don't move. Christians, the North, and the North mainly Muslims, and there are certain places we are advised not to cross because you could be hurt. Now I know of somebody who has property, St. Augustine Seminary heading towards Katako. I know somebody who has a building there, and he has been told to sell it. He has been advised to sell it. He didn't sell it until the trouble. The trouble in Jos. A lot of Igbos left Jos because of the trouble. A lot of Igbos left Jos because of the trouble, the killing in Jos. You remember, I grew up in Jos. Those who knows Jos will understand what I'm saying. Now, this property around that Katako, St. Augustine Seminary, towards you are heading from there. You go to Bauchi Road, heading for University of Jos. Most of those properties there are worthless now. Nobody wants to live around there. Because these places are the flashpoints. But imagine these guys have sold on time, left, and do something with the money. So that is why, apart from just Biafra, ordinary government policy outside where you are, mainly a place that is not Igbo, could make your property government's property, or you could lose it. The other day, one local government chairman, I don't know how old it is, in Yoruba land, perched on Young Shagro's land, a land Young Shagro bought many years ago. You could imagine the value of the property. A local government chairman that just came up the other day seized the land from Young Shagro, said the government, one story, they will just cook up one story. And you know what it took? I don't know if he has gotten back that property. The best they can give you is compensation, which will not worth that property. But it's easier for you to have such property and still lay hold of it in the East. I would even prefer to have properties outside Nigeria than in the North, because I'm just being sincere here. I don't know what will happen to it. This places are prone to. Now, let's assume you are not even in the Biafra struggle. But when the katakata starts, they don't want to know. If you're not in the Biafra struggle, a lot of people are in the struggle. So when the trouble starts, they don't want to know whether you belong or not. They know your properties. You heard what that guy said during the Northern conference, the kind of press conference. You know what he said? He said, even the other time that they said they gave us quick notice, it has the Igbos in the North. He said, we know all the properties that belongs to Igbo people. We have them in our records. So Even if you are saying one Nigeria, that is not their business. When time comes, your property is a target. Whether you are not doing Biafra and the other person is doing Biafra. You got it? So, should your property in the north be a reason for you to oppose Biafra? Should your property in the north be a reason for you to oppose Biafra? Somebody will ask again, what is the cost of that property? When there is trouble, your property even wouldn't worth up to 1 million naira. Even if it was 20 million, it can be seized from you. Forget your C of O. Forget your C of O. When there is trouble, you can lose anything. In the kind of country we find ourselves. For those people who think, tomorrow I'll present my C of O. Babas, you are deceiving yourself. So, I believe in Akurolono. The only businesses I think can be somewhere else is businesses, maybe that is the place it should be. Businesses that require you have to put it at that place. That's the only businesses that I will advise people, yes, do their businesses. Like if you want to get own hotel businesses, some people can decide to like if you come to Abuja, Igbos are leading in hotel businesses. I understand that quite. But then I will still tell people, invest in where you are sure of having it tomorrow. I want to keep something for my children while I'm living. Let's say I am like 40. I have a property. And when I'm gone around 90, 100, because unless Jesus comes, I will be gone around from 90. I expect my children to inherit that property. Yes. Not tomorrow. Okay, let me tell you the fact. My grandfather lost a property in Jos during the war. After the war, we still went back to Jos. You know, during the war, I was not yet born, but then they returned to Jos and we were born. The property is around, it's in Jos North. Each time I crosses that property, we were later told this is our father's property, a massive property. Each time I crosses, I will weep. Somebody has taken over the property. Although we couldn't see the documents. But if it were in Igbo, it's easy for us to have that property back. And that one is gone forever. Let me read comments. I'll come back. We're reading a comment from Kuti5. He said, please remember to stay on Monday in support of our leader MNK. I think I had some IPOB people. I had it from some people. Some people are saying stay at home. I've not really heard from the official IPOB voice. I had some people saying they will stay at home. CEO said, nobody is sitting at home. Stop spreading the rubbish. I think Monday is the day for the trial. Monday should be 26th. Yeah. Onyeze. Okay. No, I want to read a comment by. Okay. Sorry. A comment by Onyeze Fidelis. People should invest in Igbo land for the betterment of all Igbo. Invest in Igbo land. Yes. If I am to advise you, I would say invest in Igbo land. There was a time, there were times, Nnewi people, Nnewi is known for machine parts. Nnewi people are the greatest dealers of machine parts. There were times in the past, I don't know whether it's still ongoing today. You don't offload machine parts by an Nnewi man in Lagos, even though the container comes to Lagos. People who wants those machine parts will come back to Nnewi, buy it, and go back to Lagos. This is what we want. Yes, this is what we want. Akuluwuno. They control the seaports. We are only with the let's West Africa. And remember, market is the biggest in West Africa, and hello. Sorry, we had a small, the network was fluttering. Let's answer a call. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah. Please, what's your name?
Are you on live?
Hello?
Are you on live?
Yes, we are live. Yeah, we're live. We're having a live program.
All right, very good. The name is Nkume.
Okay.
I'll just be brief. My father was a veteran of the Civil War.
Yeah.
And after the war, he never took a job opportunity outside of Igbo land. The worst he did was he went to Port Harcourt, but he was in Port Harcourt before the war started. This was a great lesson. But later in life, I had family members that bought a lot.
Hello? Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I said lots of family members that bought a lot of property in Kaduna, and they had to leave everything and run at different points with multiple crises. So somebody who had a chain of 12 killed in Kaduna, Akurulo.
Okay? Akurulo, yeah.
The thing is that those of us at home are the ones that need to fight. Okay, we cannot expect Igbos or other people to fight for you. You cannot expect Igbos living abroad, or you cannot expect England, or you cannot expect America, or you cannot expect Israel to fight for you. They won't fight for you. They have their own issues they have their own crisis, things are going to get very, very difficult. So it's either our people are ready to fight or they're not ready to fight and be given. And that's the end of the story. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your contribution. He's trying to say, he's still emphasizing on Akurueno. That's what he's emphasizing on. I could, in support of what we are saying here, Akurueno. Let me read some comments. You can share the screen with us. Scroll up on the comment section. If you want to come on the screen, you can actually share the screen with us. Scroll up and you see the link, StreamYard. So you come live with us. Abum Eka Biafra. Eka, is this the, not just the Anyoma, the Abo, Ibanke? Okay, you wrote, my brother, thank you very much. All people depending on their property is a foolish want. If you really understand what your freedom is compared to the property, I think you will better act. So, the moment we start investing at home, the rest of Nigeria will know that we are ready to leave the contraption. Of course, how can we be saying we want to leave, while some people are acting, the body language you show you want to leave. Not just we want to leave for mouth, we want to leave, but one of your legs is still there. When I mean one of your legs, your property, you are heavily investing there, yet you say you want to leave. Some even a man because that is how I see it. Even a man is and during these trying times of Martin Nnamdi Kanu, I have learned that most of the problem in the Igbo are facing is caused. Those who are delaying Biafra, it's not the Fulanis. Ndi Igbo are the ones holding us down. You need to see a particular group called Exposing Nnamdi Kanu. This guy started these things. From that group, I've been monitoring things there, what is happening. You will realize Ndi Igbo, we are the one holding ourselves down. When we are truly all serious, we will move. And could you imagine in this group was started by an Igbo man, and a lot of people in the group are from the north, from different parts of the country. And you could imagine. If any man is here in Aka, we Igbos need to tell ourselves some truths. The Fulanis are not the one holding us. When we are serious, we will leave. If not that Nigeria is an evil nation, no individual is supposed to lose his or her properties. If Nigeria disintegrates, South Sudan separated without losing properties within the two nations. Yeah, okay, let's look at this. I've forgotten that particular UN's law. Yes, ordinarily, you're not supposed to lose your property. But the kind of country we find ourselves in, don't wait for any law to protect your property. When in the case of a split, even your life, you're not sure of having your life when you're in that contraption. We are talking about your property. The best thing is, the best advice will be, make it where the sun shines. Invest at home. Invest at home. That is the best. If I have huge investment, I'll be in the other parts. I will be thinking of how to, it's quite true. You might not get back the money or the amount of money you want from it when you want to sell, but half bread is better than none. Because even if you don't believe in Biafra, somebody believes in Biafra. The agitation, from all indications, will continue. And ometu imi, ometu on, ometu anya, whether you don't believe in the struggle, when there is katakata, it affects, including those that doesn't believe. I saw some people the other day. They said they are Igbos of Kaduna now. A means of disconnecting from we Igbos who are wanting freedom. I said, well, I don't blame you. That's what I just have to say. Kuti replying at CEO, I said, please, did I say something wrong? As he said, people should sit at home, and CEO is like, there is nothing like that. Well, Kuti 5, he said, please, I'm sorry if I offend with what I said. Thank you, Kuti. You're welcome. Tina Clarkin, he said, she said, it's only the living that can think of property. When you are dead, you will not remember that your property in the north. One Alhaji will just possess the thing. So your life is what matters first. That's what she's trying to say. But I'll read all her comments. She said, it's only the living that can think of property. So keep on investing in the north. Is it not high time you bring your investment home? It is time to look for a black goat in the daytime before it's dark. That is it, though. That is it. Make hay while the sun shines. Aga karaka de riwan goro. Inagota. Aga karaka de riwan goro. Akuluono. That is what we are talking about. Another major impediment to Biafra is Igbos who have properties in the north. They are so much opposed to it because of maybe one 3-story building or 2-story building or one shop for Sabongeri. Hey, anyway, let's look at other comments. The comments are coming. CEO, okay. I think Kuti has apologized, but let's see what you wrote. He said, if you say people should sit at home, how come they show solidarity to MNK? It contradicts what we hope to be achieved. Yes, somebody said so too. I had somebody said so. He said, you people agreed that there will be huge presence of Biafran adherents, Biafran supporters at the courts. So how come some people are sitting at home? That it contradicts. Meanwhile, we heard from Malamit's office, office of the, that is the Secretary General, office of Ndugu, that and people should stay clear of the courts. People who are not involved are concerned, who has nothing to do around the country. Well, okay. Make cash now. Okay, he said Abuja is owned by Baggy people, not Hausa or Fulani. Makash, it seems you have huge property in Abuja. It's owned by Baggy people, but based on Rufai's record, 72% of the properties in Abuja. Some people are disturbing me here. 72% of the properties in Abuja are owned by Igbo today. But if you check it, well, the Baggy people throw their weight behind you, Igbos or the Fulani. No, make cash now. I am not among the people that claim Abuja is my home. I still see Abuja swinging towards the north. Forget anything. In Aota, I don't claim Abuja's. You understand? I'm not among the people. Instead of me having those things in Abuja, Asaba now. Asaba Igbo land. Asaba is Igbo land. Jeba made the property. Make cash now. I said, Mazi, Nnamdi Kanu will come out victoriously. That is the wish of every Biafran, every true Biafran, and every Ipobian. And not just Ipobians and Biafrans, there are a lot of people that want to see him out. Now, Mekash now said, United Nations has a law on property. Yes, you are right, but it doesn't apply. Or have Igbos been able to get back their properties? They call abandoned properties in just Port Harcourt here that speaks same Igbo with you. Yeah. So what are we saying? Let's look at Make Cash now again. He said, even if they burn properties, Aboki will still not build a good house. Well, that is not left for Aboki. The major thing is what is what's more to you, the property or your freedom? That's the question. Ululu case, he said, let's be realistic. Ululu, you are a long-time follower of this channel. You are welcome. Thank you very much. He said, let's be realistic. How can we all Igbos be in the East with our properties? It is not possible. Property is not what's holding us back. Forget properties, fight for Biafra. Well, that point depends on the angle you look at it. That is what is holding a lot of people. That is why a lot of people will not support Biafra. That is the fact. That is why a lot of people will not support Biafra. And you will hear it from a lot of them. The properties they have. They will even tell you those who want Biafra are people who have nothing, who are jobless, who are poor. So what are they trying to tell you? That they who have properties, they understand they have a stake. They are not ready to lose. You understand? This is not just one. This is not just the only impediment to Biafra. No, this is one of it. People with properties opposing it. The billionaires, people who have stake, who relies on the Nigerian market. Meanwhile, that does not mean all Igbos should just go back to an Igbo. No. If an Eku, what are we trying to say? There's an attitude of people who believe someday these things might change. It's not that you can't make businesses make money from other places. No. It's not. It doesn't mean every Igbo should. No. It's trying to say be wise. Know how to invest. Most Nnewi men have their major office in Alibo. Other things are outlets. You understand? Wisely. Chukwulozie Ezik. So are they telling us that no one owns property in foreign countries in the world? Nigeria. They are dreaming. Okay. Well, it is not wrong to have properties and companies in other parts of the world. But there are examples. Do you want examples? People lose their property. Even a state can just make a law that they want to use that place. The only thing, if they are willing, they will compensate you. Yes, people can own properties in other parts of the world. But in the event of a war, when there is trouble, especially in the part of the world we find ourselves, your probability of getting it is less than that of losing it. That of losing it is more than that of having it back. Isaac Awudu, good evening to you. Udenze Martina Ifi, freedom is the way. All hail Biafra, naso naso. Kevin Anene, good afternoon, big brother. Good afternoon to you, brother. Tina Clark, I think I heard that if it cannot be able to come out and protest or travel to Abuja, you shouldn't go and open your shop for business. Rather, you should stay at home just for the respect. Well, there are several, people are saying certain things. Some people are saying come out, show respect. Some people are saying if you can't go there, stay at home. Uluru case, it said real businessmen don't hide around afraid of what will be. Yes, real businessmen don't hide around, and that is why they said business is people who do real business are risk takers, because they know they can lose it, and they can actually, if you can bear it, losing it. I know of one Igbo businessman, let me not mention his name, recently, but you will know what I'm saying. His business was closed. He almost got hypertension. These are risk takers still. Huge businessman, Igbo businessman. His business was closed, and I don't want to. You will know the person. I want to be careful in mentioning, but he almost died of hypertension. Thank God he's still alive. So, on the grounds that business people are risk takers, we agree with this your comment. You understand? Huh? Okay, we have seen these comments. We will soon be rounding up. The topic is Igbo properties in the north. Why some people may oppose Biafra. We are not saying this is just the reason. We say this is part of reasons people are opposing Biafra. They are afraid of what they will lose. We are not saying this is just the only reason. No. We're saying this is part of the reasons. There are many factors contributing towards there are many factors that are making Biafra not to come, and this is one of them. That's what we're trying to say. Only one person I've called in. Seems that might be the only call we have on this show. Maybe the lines are not connecting due to the weather condition. It appears as if it wants to rain. Let's see some of the comments. We are rounding up, please. We are rounding up. Ifeanyi Chukwu, Mazi, good evening from Athens, Greece, and good job. You're welcome, Wanne. Let me even. How are those statues in Athens? I remember Bible reference to that Athens. The case of an unknown gods, Greece. Okay, a new comment just came in. Chukwulozie Isaac, he said, IPOB are asking for referendum, not to fight a war. But some of our people are so afraid of referendum. I wonder if they want to fight again. You remind me of what this human rights activist said, Michael Zekome. He said during an interview, I think it was on Arise TV, he said, if you mention referendum in the House, that most of the senators, some of them are uneducated, or they have not even accessed the dictionary to know the meaning of referendum or If you mention referendum or what's the other one, restructuring, they hate to hear it. They might even just start punching you. It's like you are declaring war. Yes, like you said, Chiburoze, like you commented, self-determination is not as in declaring war. Or when you ask for a referendum, you're not asking for war. But how do they see this? Look at the guy in the other day, the guy from River State that moved the motion for a split. Look at how they rounded him. Could you imagine? The person representing the speaker that day was like, nobody said so. But they appointed to him, this is the person that said so, that removed that motion. They almost lynched the guy. If an Anyachukwu Biafra, God bless you for your good work. God bless you, Nne. Isaac Audu, if you love your people, you would be ready to do any sacrifice for them. That is true. In any relationship, if you truly love, you will give out something. Something has to. You don't just love in the mouth. Something has to be exchanged. Tina Clarken, he said, what I mean is that the livered people should not go for their businesses. Rather, they should stay in their house to show solidarity for MNK. Okay? We will soon be off. Lulu case, people at home afraid of war is also a factor. You are right. Many excuses. I own property in Abuja and I am for Biafra. What happens? Let it happen. We must continue fighting for our freedom. Yes. I think having those property too, just like every businessman, like what I said the other time, you have made up your mind. Even if I lose it, I still, yes, that is also welcomed. But there are people like you, they have maybe the same property of the same worth. Just because of that property, they don't want to hear Biafra. You know that, certainly. But you are like, you are the real businessman. Even if I lose it, well, but me, I would like to keep things for my children to inherit anyway. That is it. I don't want to lose anything. May God help us. Mirage concept. The problems we are having with this agitation are those jealousy. If the idea is not from me or from my family, then it is not worthy to be implemented. Leadership. If I don't lead, then there should be nothing. Yes. It is really affecting our struggle. That issue of Igbo. It must come from me, or unless it is nonsense. Yes, that is a major problem too. This is part of the problem. There are several things, factors contributing to Biafra not coming on time. This is part of it. Some people don't want you to lead them, especially some who sees you as, look at this guy that was born just at the end of the war. He wants to lead elders like we. You know, some people have that egoistics, they are egoistic, that ego thing. No, how can this guy lead us? A small boy born after the war, that Mazin Nandekano, that small boy, he was just born at the end of the war. How can he lead us? Yes, a lot of people are like that. But when Moses was living, you know, Moses was leading the children of Israel. Joshua, was Joshua the oldest person? I don't think so. But the leader, he passed the leadership to Joshua. Joshua took on. I think in most of these things, God can choose anybody to lead the people. We are respecting the office. Okay, the current Oni of Ife, is he the oldest man in Ife? A young guy. He belongs to one of the clan, people that rules. And I think his father is alive. Oh, could you imagine? The father of Oni of Ife is alive. And Oni is the Oni of Ife. His father is alive. So will you say, I will not respect that office because the small boy is there, or the father will not? Do you know that his father might bow for him? So I don't care who leads. Just like people who say, this is a small boy, I will not work in his company. The owner of this company is a small boy. He's a billionaire, but he's a small boy. And are you looking at his age or the money you will receive, the payment? Nah, some people should get sense. So some people should get sense. So Biafra mindset said, let every property owner in the north document their property. No one will be lost. But the problem is that some stupid Igbos continue to invest in the north, calling themselves Northern Igbos. Yes, the Kaduna Igbos. Well, documenting your property, I can't say much on that, but our properties in South Africa, sorry, say South Africa, Port Harcourt. How many did we get back? And it's even when you are alive, Seth. Well, your point is valid in a place where the law works. You understand? Yeah, your point is valid. But I like your advice at the end. You also said, let's stop investing. Yeah, that's nice too. Chris Mwogo, welcome, sir. Thank you, sir. This is one of our sponsors here. Thank you, sir. Chris Mwogo. The Igbo man described as ants filling out and spreading all over the floor and dominating has not changed his character. That makes no sense. This one is elder speaking. Oh, now this is an elder thing. Oh. Yes, I agree with you. Igbos are refusing to change. As a Ife mmadụ o kwesịrị iji emụrụ ife, you're supposed to learn by, even if you're not the person, the victim of any, you're not the person that has faced something before, you can learn from other people's mistake. Are Igbos ready to learn from the past? Because some of these historic events, some of these past events are recorded for upcoming ones to learn from. Are Igbos ready to learn from history? Ife emechachala ndị Igbo na-aga, Igbo bịakwa bidokwa n'isi, ụfọdụ ejekwa gụkọsịwakwa na-achịkọsịkwa. Kedu mgbolo n'ife emeda ya amụta ife ndị Igbo? Thank you, sir. Chris Mwogo. Respect, respect, respect. Biafra man said Igbos did not request for abandoned properties in Port Harcourt after the war. We took it as brother-to-brother issues, but if the case goes to ICC, it must be returned. Well, do you think we can have them back? Do you really think we can have them back? Anyway, you made a point in the other comment. You said, you mentioned documentation, documents. I don't think some of those properties have documents. And I believe, though I may not be able to defend it on this show, but there are certain properties you can't get. There are laws that come after that can stop you from getting them. Yes. But some of the times you might get compensation. Raymond Okerafo, somebody must lead, whether we like it or not. We cannot remain slaves forever simply because of properties of few individuals in the north. Of course, it will not because of these guys in the north. Just like I said, this is one factor. It is not just the main reason why Biafra is not coming. Of course, there will never be any time you will get 100% support. If you have 70, you are good to go. Yes, if you have 70, you are good to go. Thank you, sir. Chris Mwago. Thank you, sir, again for the support. We are seeing your hand. Thank you, sir. God bless you, sir, for supporting this channel. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, sir. We appreciate so much. We appreciate so much. Thank you, sir. So, let's look at another comment. Biafra Master said, if the documents are in place, Akwana ya tacha no for Akwana, ebe ke na afu. Nke my grandfather was a very rich man. He lost so much. Akwana tell a lot of things. Preservation. And there are those, even if you have the documents, so happy good if we're rounding up. If I didn't see your comment, I'm sorry. I'm trying to highlight some of the comments while we round up. This one by Chris Wong. He said, we just have to stop forcing ourselves to become a citizen of Nigeria by erecting properties in the north. This again you remember they said Igbo people are mainly the people acting like one Nigeria, yet they want to live. You could imagine. We Igbos are the people acting like we believe in one Nigeria, yet majority of us wants to live. You can't see a Northerner. Okay, let me just put this as a question. How many Northerners have you seen coming to the south to build? About 2 years ago in my village, I spoke with some Northerners selling watches and wallets. And I told them, guys, they speak Igbo like even more than some of my people. They speak our own Igbo. And I said, I now asked them, can't you just buy houses and build here? He said, God forbid. He was so bold about saying it. He said, God forbid. I said, but you speak Igbo very well. You even speak Igbo more than I do. He said, but he's on Hausa, Northern attire. He said, God forbid that he's not a stupid person. Why would he build an Igbo land? They know what they are doing. But we Igbos who wants to live are the one acting like one Nigerians. Do you know how you're acting like one Nigeria? This is the comment. Look at this comment I highlighted by Chris Morgan. He said, we just have to stop forcing ourselves to be a citizen of Nigeria by erecting properties in the north. When they are saying Igbo Natano, the other day, a lady was awarded some amount of money by the governor of Borno State, an Igbo lady, for remaining in Borno State. I think she's a teacher. While People are living there because of Boko Haram activities. This lady remained there. Could you imagine? She remained there. For Guinea, for what amount? When the Boko Haram Belum Madisia say, for what? So we Igbos, on our lips, we want Biafra. But our attitude is suggesting, a lot of our attitude is suggesting one Nigeria. That is stupidity. Don Clench, yes, Josiah was 6 years when he led his nation. So, based on what we are saying, people who are looking down on leaders because of their age, no. Your junior can be your leader. Your junior can be your boss. It doesn't matter. I like that. Josiah was 6. Kula Mega, he said, Kula Maga, I don't know whether it's Mega Maga. He said, the problem with actualization of Biafra is greedy individuals who benefit from the current structure. And these individuals are corrupt politicians in Igbo land. Yes. Let me not call names, but I fuel steady. Man, I calculate here na iPhone na not even I actually up lose. But like one elder will say, he said, you have more chances, better chances in a Biafra than, forget about the population. After all, Nde Kotonu, different countries na be on the Shaman market, Begolafia. So, Kelife one. In a lazy Bafia, I have been a shot like they can see you. Ndị Nnewi, akwa nwere mgbe a na-ele machine parts also na Nnewi. Ibudata. Yes, na Lagos, anyị mana wọ for Lagos ka ọ na-abata. Mana ihe atọghị, ọ ya agbalụ Nnewi. Ndị Lagos esikwa Lagos abịa Nnewi bịa gorie pụọkwa. So what are you telling me? Hey. Hello, your car for. Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, brother. Thank God, Ernest. Good afternoon from Italy. Please keep on doing your good work. Dalo. Na akwadokwa na anyị. Dịka Chris Nwogu si akwado anyị. Ụka Chris Nwogu si akwado anyị na akwadokwa na anyị ka anyị wee na-eme. Na ọkwa data ka a na-ego. Data ịpụ ọnụ this more than 1 hour show. Anyị na-akwado anyị ife a na-emekwa. Etu o si dị. Biafra mindset. That reminds me, I have watched your program where you are kind of advertising native doctors of roots and herb. Is there any way they can help fight for our freedom? We everly want support. No, I never advertise. I have never done that in my program. I don't advertise native doctors actually. I've never done that. Maybe I'm not the one. This is Igbo Area TV. And we have been around for we are heading for 5 years now. Yeah. We don't advertise native doctors. No, I've not done such program. Thank you very much anyway. Augustine Madu, if you want to impose or force yourself to be Northern Igbo, have they accepted you? Hey, yes, so makana ndị be anyị amụghị ndị ha na ha na-eme ife. Ndị be anyị amụghị ndị ha na ha na-eme ife. Ọ mgbe ruru n'omume ịghọta a na-aza Northern Igbo. Mgbe ahụ separate ya dị, how did the Bible put it? They separate the goat from the sheep. Mgbe ruru n'omume za Northern Igbo. Onye agwakwana na agwa ochintị mgbe aga na-esu. Mgbe olu na omume ife separate ya ama ndị wu ndị na-aza Northern Igbo. Ọta anyị ma ndị nna anyị wụcha n'ugwu asa ka anyị biri. My father na-asụ sụcha oyiri akwa ndị ugwu anyị chekwara ekpu. Anyị nwechara okpu. Olu na omume agwa ama ndị wu ndị forget ya. Anyway, Biafra mindset na nsogbu adịrọ. Yeah, it's not me, man. I'm so worried. Thank you, our sponsor, Chris Mwog. Thank you so much. Viewers, remember you can come on live with us on this show. You can share the screen with the presenter. We always paste the link at the beginning. Whenever you want to comment, you see the link at the beginning. You can share the screen with us. Nobody indicated interest to share the screen with us, but you can actually share the screen with us. And if you have clicked on this highlighted comment, you can come on this and share the screen with us, and we interact, and the program becomes more lively. But for today, we are saying bye-bye. Dalon for being with us. Please, if you have not subscribed to our channel, please subscribe. Click on the bell icon to get our updates anytime it drops. Afamo Azuka Oje Nacional. Bye-bye.